everyone, and welcome to a guided movement practice with me, Nikki Daskell. Please show me some love by liking this video and subscribing to my channel for tons of free classes and tutorials in movement and dance. And if you like what you see here, check out my Patreon at www.patreon.com/sensual embodiment, where you can find fitness classes, dance classes, and pole classes for a really great price. Please enjoy the class. This is my own personal workout, and it may not be suited for you. I strongly recommend that you consult with your physician before beginning any exercise program. By engaging in this exercise or exercise program, you agree that you will do so at your own risk. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Movement with Nikki, ? We're going to just do an impromptu little movement, guided movement practice, and welcome my dearest bestie, Steffi Lout.
Hello, everyone!
So, we will be moving with you today. Hope you enjoy. Join us on a moving journey. You got your yoga mat?
Yep.
Alright, take a couple moments, just take a little side-to-side rock step. Take a wide stance and just find a sway. Like you're a tree in the wind, but your feet are rooted. Find a big sway back and forth. Take your arms out wide. The winds are calming, make it smaller. Little tiny movements. Maybe raise the arms up overhead. Find yourself just tiny sways. Until you find yourself at some stillness. Hands on your hips. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. Then find them back and rested, but opening up the chest. Let's take some big inhales and let it go. At your own pace. You can let the arms rest if you want. Take a quick survey as you're taking these breaths of your body. We're going to find an ear to shoulder, back and forth a couple times. If you want to incorporate a little hip to your ear back and forth, you're welcome to get a little side to side in the hips. Eyes can be open or closed. We're going to forward roll with the head. Once you meet the other ear, bring it forward again. Go back and forth at your own pace. If you want to incorporate the pelvis, you can tuck in the belly and crunch your nose towards your hips as you go through that movement. Let's take full circles all the way around, either with just the head or the hips included. Big circles as you go back. Make sure that the neck is long and engaged as you go back. And reverse. Let's take some moments to just touch the thighs as we bring one shoulder back at a time and find a little bend in the knee as you go back. You can get a little flirty about it if you want. You can change how deep you go with the knees, taking them out wide. Just make sure that the knee traces towards the pinky toe as you go over the foot. We're going to find a side bend, taking that hand, drag it down the thigh, reach up towards the ceiling, and then press your upper arm towards your ear as you stretch to the side as best you can. Find some wrist circles. Bring your elbow in towards your hip and stretch it back out a couple times. Now as you go through, you're going to bend your knees, punch yourself in the gut, and circle through like you're holding a beach ball between, and stretch over to the other side. Wrist circles again. Switch directions with your wrist circles. And we're going to do those elbows to hip and open up the arm. I have one side that's way tighter than the other. How about you, Steffi?
Yeah, this side's looser. So
this side's tighter for me. belly in and go back and forth a couple times. Beach ball through. Beach ball through. And now we're going to bring it to the center, roll the shoulders back and lift up. We're going to have our hands on the hips, find a side to side with the chest. So this is not us going side like this, like we were before. We're finding what I call tectonic plates are shifting in the torso. Now we're going to move through the thoracic spine forward and back. That's the spine that kind of is from the base of your neck to your mid-back. And we're going to find each corner of those. So we're going to go to the right and forward, to the left and back. You can keep it at that pace, or you can smooth it out if you'd like. Smoothing it out would look like this. It reminds me of that like 90s, like, hey, oh. You do a little arm with it if you want to get 90s about it.
I like it. I was thinking like a faster version of the Matrix.
We'll get a little Matrix about it later. So let's reverse that. So we're going to go to the left and forward, to the right, scoop it back. Again. And again, you can take this at whatever pace works for you. You can smooth it out. You can go fast. You can go slow. Let's take our hands to our chest, find an opening, and push forward. We're going to do something a little weird. On this next one, you want to find your fingertips to your shoulders and find circles with your elbows. Switch directions with your circles. Oh, feels so good. Do them at the same time. It makes me feel a little bit like a T-Rex or a velociraptor.
Yes.
Switch directions. Maybe let's take a moment. I like this one. Let's take it. 1, 2, and 2 on this side. Velociraptor.
Extra points for the sound.
I can't. Let's just find actually a swing low. I'm gonna have to stop because I'm slipping on this. Back and forth. Swinging the arms. And whatever pace works for you. Let's actually take a stance over. Let's do a full circle step through. Full step, step through. Yeah, let's take it as big as we can. Swoop down, up, up. As far down in your squat and press it up. For fun, let's make it a turn. Turning, arms up, turning, arms up, turning, arms up, turning, 1 and up. Find a sexy shower and bring it to the floor. Touch your legs on the back, straighten your legs as best you can. Roll it up 1 vertebra at a time. Take your hands back, up. I'm gonna give you room to see Stuffy too. Now again, we're gonna find a sexy shower. Bend your knees, drag it down to your feet. Then straighten your legs best as you can. Drag your hands at the back of the legs until you roll up, shoulder roll. 1 more time. Finding a sexy shower. And back, down again. Bend it forward over your bent knees. Hang out here for just a second. Kind of straighten and bend 1 leg at a time. Find a little stretch. This is what it looks like from the side. I'm just kind of, whatever's working for you, you just feel, pedal out those feet. You can take your hands underneath your heels if you want, behind your heels, like so. Like that, as my favorite person on Instagram right now. Tuck your nose towards your knees and straighten the legs as best you can, trying to keep your chest on your thighs. Woo! And bend again. And try to straighten your legs as best you can. Don't overpush yourself there. Stretching the hamstrings now. 1 more time. And down. Good. Roll it up.
Very, very good. Ooh, getting sweaty.
keep on shoulder rolling it through. So we're gonna find a shoulder roll and then squat, pressing the knees out towards the toes. So you want a really wide stance. If you see Stephanie's feet are too close together in that last one, you want them to be wide enough that your knees line up with your ankles as you come down. With those wide legs, you gotta like press it out. Not wide legs, long legs.
Long.
Switch directions with your shoulder rolls. Give yourself a little sensation on those thighs. Getting a little scratch if you want. One more. Hands on the knees. Find some circles in the hips. That might be hard for you. Switch directions. If it is, we'll do another thing in a second. That's going to make it a little easier. Find a tuck and a pop. A little bit of like a twerking moment. To the corners of the room. So one butt cheek up towards the corner. Towards the corner of the room. Your thighs might be burning. You can press your body weight into your knees, and that'll give you a little bit of a reprieve. And try again with the circles. Switch directions. I actually want to teach everybody how to snake wide in a second. So now find the twist. Pressing those knees apart with your hands right on the insides. Above the knees,
yeah, because
press
that
it more
extra
forward.
stretch right here.
Twist to the other direction. Let's come to center, find another. Just because I feel like booty popping. Booty pop it, booty pop it. Da, 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 da. Your thighs are burning, so are mine. Good job, my friends. Hands to the floor. Straighten and bend your legs as best you can. Now what we're going to do is straighten the legs as best you can. We're going to imagine, we're going to bend one knee. And as that bend happens, it's going to drag our torso over. We're going to drag our hands across the floor until we swoop as far over in that direction as we can. Now as we straighten this leg and bend the other knee, it pulls us back. And we swoop over, stretch as far as we can. My hands end up doing a little infinity sign or a figure eight. We're just going to find whatever your pace is, finding that swooping feeling across the floor. Welcome to I Just Swept and it's still dirty on the floor.
I'll go outside.
Whatever pace you need. It's one of my favorite swooping feelings in the opening of the hips.
Yes.
Now let's meet up on one side, bend over that leg. If you have room, you know. So you can kind of find a little twisting and rolling of that leg, see where it stretches at the best in the hip. And you can do this with your hands on the floor or with your hands floating, which is much harder. You can lift up and to the other side. Good, find a little opening. You can roll the hip around a little bit. Again. La, 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 la. Again. La, 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 la. Let's straighten that leg up, roll it up. One vertebra at a time. We're going to do some body waves to the side. So with the legs out, you're going to turn one direction. We're going to go chest out. Belly out, our upper body goes back. As we go back, our belly continues to go back. We crunch in the gut and pop our butt back. Look forward. Body waves. Remember, you've got arms, they can do whatever you want, which includes just leaving them down. That's also okay. We're going to push our butt back. Circle, pressing it back like we have stuff on our butt cheeks we're trying to wipe off on the back wall. Again, body waves. Chest forward, belly, crunch it back. Butt is last. We're going to push that butt back again. Pushing it back. Let's do a couple of those. Actually all the way around so we come forward. Now we're going to do that matrix that we were talking about. And forward. Ooh, it feels so good. directions. Matrix moment. I love you, Stephanie Lau. Roll it down. Good job. You're gonna find your mat. Can you see my mat? Here we are. And find yourself. Actually, let's do a little inchworm moment. So hands close as you can to your feet. Walk your hands like an inch at a time down towards your mat. Find your plank for a moment. Do a little booty shake for fun. And walk your toes back up towards your hands. Roll it up. Do a sexy shower to the ceiling. Sexy shower back down. Straighten over. Into the floor. Walk your toes. And do some little booty circles this time. Pressing your fingertips into the ground protects your wrists and strengthens your grip. Switch directions. If this is a lot for you, you can just stay in your plank. And walk your hands to your feet. Just shake your butt for funsies because I feel like it. Take your feet out wide here. You're going to drop over your right leg and look over your shoulder. Shake your butt back and forth, little tail whack. Side to side. If I've got a mirror behind me, drop this down, go to the other side. This is my favorite view of myself. If I look at my butt from this position, I'm like, ah yes, TMI moment with Nikki. You know, you gotta love yourself, everybody. Yep. It's good to find those moments where you're like, ah yes, I got it going on. Dancing really helped me get there. Let's walk out to a downward facing dog. Pressing those fingertips into the ground to protect those wrists. Your hands and wrists should not hurt after a down dog. Pressing them in, walking it out. You're going to once again find your plank so that you can readjust your hands so that they're underneath your shoulders. From there, we're going to press back down dog. Kick your right leg up to the ceiling as best you can. Bring your knees to your chest. Knee to chest. And bring it back up. We're going to do 4 of these. Keep pressing those fingertips into the ground. 2 more. Last one. Switch directions, or switch sides, just kidding. And come knee to chest. Pressing those fingertips. Your fingertips, if you don't have nail polish on, should be white from pressing them into the floor. 2 more. Last one. And bring that foot down. Yep. You're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So shoulders up and down towards your ears and then back down your back. Come to your plank. Come to your, bring yourself step in and like, almost like you're at your all fours, but hover your knees off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Come down. Give your wrists a little break. They shouldn't hurt, but you might feel a little bit going on in those hands because you've been working. Let's find a little arch in the back, chin to chest, tuck the pelvis under, and then lift it up, find some cat-cows. My glasses are like sweating off of me. Remember to breathe through this. And big sexy cat-cows. So we're doing big circles with the head and butt. Switch directions. Open up my back and my shoulders a little bit, so I'm going to keep my butt exactly where it is and make little spiders with my hands. Walk these guys out so that you're looking up at your thumbs, you're bringing your throat and armpits to the floor. Keep your elbows off the ground if you can. Should feel this in the shoulders, the back. And breathe. If it feels like you can't breathe that well, yep. Walk it back up. We're going to do a little twist. Take one hand, lace it between your leg and arm. Stretch it all the way over. Roll it up under your armpit at the ceiling. You can keep your hand right there, or you can take it up in the sky, or you can reach it back towards the opposite thigh, grabbing where your front pocket will be. Really set the goal. Make sure you're taking that shoulder and pushing it back towards the back wall behind you, looking up over that shoulder. And breathe. Take that hand, put it in front of the face, push up. Switch directions, other side. Stretch it through, rolling, look up under the armpit. You can leave your arm there. You can take it up above, you can reach it back, try to find the front pocket on the opposite side. Take that floating shoulder, press it back more towards behind you, looking up at the ceiling. And breathe. Well, how music isn't too loud, you hear me? Wouldn't that be sad? This whole thing, well, we got something together. Take that hand, lift it up, put it in front of the face. Push up. We're going to find our butt back towards our heels. Let's do some circles with our butt, pelvis, circling it down this way. Switch directions. Find a tuck and a pop in your pelvis for this position. Take your right hand, put it over to the right a far bit. Take your left hand, put it on top. Drop your left armpit towards the floor. Find a stretch through the side body. Sometimes I interlace my fingers to pull and get even more of a stretch. Breathe deep and feel the stretch increase. And walk your hands to the center and to the other side. Left hand all the way to the left, right hand on top. Lay the right armpit towards the floor. Look up at the ceiling. If you need to interlace your hands to keep that going. Extra points if you do a little isolation booty twerking. Booty pop, booty pop, booty pop, booty, booty, booty pop. That is difficult. I get booty popping from this position so much. It's like, can you see mine moving at all? Yeah. Okay. You don't relax it a whole lot from the machine. Alright, bring it to the center. We're going to think about, I like to say this, you're like imagining that you're stealing, just find a rock back and forth as I talk with your chest from your chest to knee. You're imagining that you're stealing from a museum and they've got those like lasers and you don't want to trip the alarm. So you stay really low, drag the chest. You're getting underneath the lasers from your knees, there you go. And then press up. Take a moment to see if you can press up lifting without the arms. Pulse the backs of the wrist towards the ceilings. Hands back where they were. And see if you can just gently, with as much care as you can, press up shoulders away from your ears. Make sure my bra's not falling off. Bring your ears, your shoulders to your ears back and forth. Shoulders away from the ears. Make your circles with your head. My dog's barking, but don't worry, she has a dog door. Look at your belly button. Punch in the gut, curl your spine back. Very good. We're going to fold our mats in half. We don't really have to because ours are so thick, but anybody with a normal mat should fold it in half. And then put one knee down. Lift up the other. Find a tuck in the pelvis, keeping the rib cage close to the hips, and press it forward. Finding it open up in a muscle called the psoas. So you're feeling the stretch in the front of your hip here. Find opposite, same as the knee that's down. Find a little twist. Keep pressing forward and through. Now take that same hand, lift up, point to the back corner, opposite corner of the room. Breathe into your belly. She's going to be stubborn and not want to use her dog door, but she has to use her dog door. We're doing a video. Hands are going to come down inside the knee. Curl the toes, lift the back leg straight, drop the pelvis towards the floor, find a rock back and forth. You can either rock back and forth the whole body, remember to press your fingertips into the ground because your hands are touching the ground. Or you can bring the front knee in and out towards the chest.
Dramatic.
Huh?
I said they're playing chromatic.
Huh, that's awesome. You're like grammatical, like what you're saying. Like put your knee down, press your heel back, your butt back towards your heel, lift up. We're gonna flex the ankle, drag the leg back, and lay over. Now this is hard for some people. You can use a chair, your couch, probably not your pet, to support yourself. Lay over, find a tail wag. Now I'm not going like this, right? This is not stretching because I'm actually pulling my spine away from my thigh when I curl like this. If I lift up, I'm pushing my low back more towards my thigh and getting more of a stretch in the low back and in the back of the leg. That's where these muscles attach, is to your pelvis, which is connected to the low spine. Tail wag, tail wag. Hands down, we're going to just open that leg back behind us and switch sides. Tuck the pelvis, think rib cage close to your hips. Keeping that relationship tight, you're going to press forward. Find a twist. Woo. Bring that arm up. Yes. Keep pressing it forward. Hands down inside the knee. Curl the toes, lift the back leg straight, drop the pelvis towards the floor. You can either rock back and forth or open and close the knee towards your armpit or press those fingertips into the ground. I haven't been looking back at Steph much because I can see her in the big screen that I'm watching. Not all of you, but I wish I was seeing all of you moving. Wouldn't that be fun? Put that knee down. It's starting to sound like Bob Ross. Wouldn't that be fun? We could all just be doing this together. Okay, so flex the ankle, drag the leg back, lay over it. From thinking like chest down, head face up. Find a tail wag. Again, you can use support. Hands back down, bring that leg around. I feel like doing a little bit of a workout. What do you think?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So we're gonna lay down on our sides. Alright, so you're gonna flex your ankles and put them right out in front of you, like a 90-degree angle from your body. We're gonna slowly raise the leg up, not enough that my chest opens up towards the wall. I think if there's headlights coming out the front hips, they want to stay pointing right immediately in front of you. So you're just opening as far as it'll go and closing nice and slowly. Keep flexing both ankles towards toes to the nose. Let's do 3 more. Whew. Now point the toes. Find some circles in the ankle, holding it up there. Switch directions with the ankle circles. And point and flex your feet. Just holding that leg up there in the air. No big deal.
Feeling it.
And bend the knee and straighten it a couple times. Oof. Just holding it up there in the air. And let it down. Good, other side. Out there. We're gonna do some lifts and drops. Let me fix my bra so that you don't, make this an X-rated. Not X-rated, but definitely next-rated, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it always hurts more on the other side. Yeah. 2 more. Because you stabilize so much with the bottom leg. Holy crap. Lift it up. Find circles with the ankle. Lots of energy through that leg. Switch directions. Holy crap. Point and flex. This is also good for the feet and the ankles, especially if you're a dancer who likes to wear heels. Good for your ankles. But anybody, it's good to have strong ankles. Ooh, now bend the knee towards the chest and back it out. However much you bend your knee, it doesn't matter. Ah! Oh.
to do in the world, so if you feel like it. Ready? Pigeon. Yeah, I like it, but I put the knee on the outside. This is called the cry baby. Oh. It's a great place to do some twerking. And do little booty isolations. What that toe? So yeah, you can do this. You're gonna put your knee up towards your chest, lay on your belly, and find some booty squeezing. Squeeze the booty. You can lift and drop it a couple times, or you can lift it, drop it, lift it, drop it. And come up on your dive down. Come up, be like hello, dive down. Bing. Other side. I'm gonna move to. So you come to that crybaby position again. You lay down on the belly. Ah yes, do some booty squeezing. Squeeze. Other cheek. Yes, no, other cheek.
The top one.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's way easier to do this
It
one,
is.
the bottom one, so I just
perfect sense.
default.
And then lay all the way down. You can do some booty lifting and dropping at the pelvis. Cry, baby, cry, baby, cry, baby. Press it up. Do some body weights to the floor. And then body weight to the floor. It's kind of like a weird push-up. Body weight to the floor. Ping. Alright. Just let's end it with a little bit of. So, if this is a comfortable position for you where you're sitting on the tops of your feet, knees are wide, this is what you can do. If you're not super comfortable with that, you can just crisscross and sit like this. That's totally fine. Great. Close your eyes. We're going to find a little sensual moment. A little wiggle worm. You can watch me first before you close your eyes if you're wondering what I mean. Kind of like a sexy shower. Find the sensation of your hands on your body. You don't have to close your eyes if you want. You can come up a little bit. Find some circles with the chest in this position. Switch directions. Use those hands. Let's come to a little crisscross. And do something similar. Find circles with the chest. It'll feel more opening in the hips from this position. Switch directions. You feeling it in the chest or in the pelvis? In the hips? Yeah, definitely. Switch which one's more in the front? Again. Switch directions. If it's hard for you to do circles, you're welcome to just go forward and back and side to side. This last thing I want to do is a hip opener as well. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into what I call a cheerleader position. You know, where you're like, your pom-poms are there and you're like, hey, no, I wasn't a cheerleader. I was in the flags, you know, color guard and kick team. But, so, TMI all over kick me. So we're going to lift up. You can do this by leaning back. You're going to lean back, lift both knees to the ceiling, roll over the tips of the toes, and open back. Look over the shoulder. Turn it back. You can try and do this without using your hands behind you. Give it a little extra challenge. Oof. Oof. Good for you to open up in the hips. Alright, I thought I was done, but now we're going to do some end stuff. Hands back behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're going to come up to an end. You're going to squeeze your knees together, slide your feet. Open your knees, slide your feet. Squeeze. So I have my arms bent behind me, like so. And I'm finding just a really pointed toe. This looks really weird with a flexed ankle. Your toes are dragging. Big toe, then your pinky toe. squeezing the shoulder blades together, draw it out, lift it up. You can lift the chest and your head can look up as you come forward, makes for a more dramatic looking. I'm leaning my back way back over my hands. Now you're going to draw a circle, and then that pulls the other one into a circle, drawing both a little circle one at a time. So we do the center, and it pulls your pelvis back. So I'm giving myself one of these, squeezing the shoulder blades back and down and together. My arms are a little bent, except I'm drawing a little circle, straightening the leg a little and bend it. So I'm going straightening my leg as it goes away, bending my leg as it comes in, straighten, bend it, straighten, bend it. You can do it with one leg at a time if you feel like you're like, how do you make that shape? Straighten it away, bend it towards the crotch. There it is. And then both at the same time. What a core workout. Good job. Bring those knees together. Come to your back. Legs up. Find a little side to side with your butt, just your butt legs together. Point in those toes, legs together. Good. Now you can do what Steph was doing, find a little prance, but add it from that position we were just doing. So before you were just doing hips side to side, you're gonna go kick, kick. When the hip comes away from your body, you find just a tiny little mercreature leg. I call it a mercreature because it's more gender neutral than mermaid. You know what I'm saying?
I like mercreature.
Take your pointed toes, open the legs up as wide as you can, and close them back up. Let's actually go pointed toe away, flex the ankles, bring them up. Point, out, flex, up. Point, out, flex, point. I really wanted to do some pelvis magic today, and that is what we are doing, I must say. Now a little Pilates mother, both toes pointed. You're going to bring yourself a little kick and see if you can grab the leg. If you can't, that's fine. You can take up a bent knee and come bring it out. The higher up towards the ceiling you go, the easier it is, and the better if you haven't done this or if you feel like your core isn't quite activated today. The further towards the floor you take it, the more of a workout that you're getting. However, you want to make sure that you're pressing your spine towards the floor. If you're feeling flexible enough, you can make this a jackknife. Normally I'm a little more flexible than I am today. Very good. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last one. Give your knees a hug if you can. If you can't, you can just take your hands a little higher on the thighs, but try and find a little rock, massage your low back, massage the hips. Good job, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed this movement practice today. You might want to drop your knees to one side, leave your arm out the opposite direction, and look over it. You can straighten the bottom leg if that works for you. But if you haven't done that before, bring both knees together is a nice gentle way to keep the stretch going. Breathe into your belly, looking over at the opposite hand away from the knees. Knees to chest, over the other direction. I hope that you're proud of yourself for doing a movement practice today with me and my best friend, Steffi. Breathe into. Thank you, Steffi, for joining me in this movement practice.
It's been a pleasure.
Drink some water, take care of yourself, keep on loving yourself. I'm so glad that you were here with me today. It's such a gift to have you, and I hope to be moving and grooving with you again. If you are interested, one more thing, if you liked this class and you'd like to do more with me, I have a Patreon you can check out. It's called Sensual Embodiment under Nikki Daskell. And as you probably know, because you're probably on my YouTube channel, I have tons of performances and some classes for free on YouTube. If you want to keep up with some of the classes that I provide, please like my page and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and be proud of yourself for doing something for yourself and your body, and gaining a connection with your body and your heart. Okay? Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Steffi.
Thanks again, everybody. And remember, if you're interested in more with me, you can check out my Patreon at www.patreon.com/sensualembodiment. And please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. See you next class.